Good afternoon, everyone. What a morning, guys. What a morning. That's all I can say. What a morning. We wake up. We all knew Alexander Isak might be on the plane to his preseason tour. But there were some of us on the BNR Ultras who had feelings that Alexander Isak would not be on the plane for the preseason tour. So when you get the news around 9 a.m. in the morning, you could tell it's popping off today. It's gonna pop off sooner or later. Something's happening. So here we go, guys. Alexander Isak has asked to leave Newcastle Football Club and for Newcastle to look at offers. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm absolutely buzzing. Buzzing isn't the word because this is what we needed Alexander Isak to do. And this is exactly what we have got from Alexander Isak. There were people on here a week ago saying, oh, guys, it's not, Alexander Isak is not that type of guy. Is not that type of guy. But when Arne Slot knocks on that door, he changes hearts, he changes minds, and he makes sure he gets his man. Boys, first and foremost, smash the like button. Because if you can't smash the like button today, I don't know when you can. Secondly, subscribe to the channel. Because if you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing here. And finally, for those of you who know, who are part of the BNR Ultras, will know that that group, we put the news out on that group yesterday. And a massive shout out to Kev. Kev, if you're in the chat, I don't know. I know you've got your interview today. I hope it goes well for you. You broke the news yesterday regarding Alexander Isak, that he will not be traveling tomorrow from the people that you've spoken to. And the guy that you spoke to had given you the go-ahead that there's no way he will be traveling. Number one. So massive, massive shout out to Kev. This is why there is a reason why the BNR Ultra group, this BNR Ultras group was set up. If you haven't become a member, become a member. It's $4.99 a month. We've got unbelievable content coming your way. Asim will give you a slight, I promised him, I'd give him permission that he is allowed to give you some sort of news regarding what's in store for BNR. So you will hear that, especially on the socials, over the next, probably today. But honestly, guys, I'm over the moon. I can't wait. I couldn't wait. The show was supposed to be start at 1 o'clock today. And I was like, F that, mate. I ain't waiting till 1 o'clock. I need to go live straight away. Right. Fabrizio. All I can see in the comments is Fabrizio. So let's put it up. What has Fab said? Right, here we go. Fabrizio Romano, breaking. Alexander Isak has informed Newcastle of his desire to explore a move this summer. Club aware of players' plans and will now decide how to move. Look, this was all part of the play. This was all going to play a certain way. This deal was going to play a certain way. And it was always going to be to a point where it was going to come to this point. He had 3 years left on his contract. So there was always going to be Newcastle are in control, but it was always down to the player. Would the player make the move? Boy, has he made the move. We've been here before. Liverpool fans, all of us know what happens here because we've seen it all. We've been in this. We've been in their shoes because it's happened to us previously where we've been stung in regards to Coutinho, Suarez contract. Transfer requests, broken backs, don't want to play, all this type of stuff. We've been here. So if I'm honest with you guys, we sort of know how this plays out. And I was always confident that we were going to sign Alexander Isak. Always confident because we've done a lot of groundwork regarding this transfer. We done the groundwork. He was earmarked as our number one target this summer. And for Liverpool to look, Hughes and Edwards, they don't know Latupatu. That Latupatu practically means they don't know cowboys. They know what they're doing. And I'm not going to lie, I gave Richard Hughes a load of crap at the start of last season because I was like, what the hell's going on? We've only bought in Chiesa. Nothing was happening with the contracts. But little did we know, behind the scenes, these guys were assembling a team that's worthy of going to win every single trophy next season. And we have to think like that because our side is as good as anyone in world football. We're good enough to go against anybody. Another fab bomber. Put it up, guys. Put up the bombers today. I'm all in. And I'm all in. Whatever bomber you see today, put it in and it will go through it. Because today is about Liverpool and Alexander Isak. And I can tell, look, every single person on this chat, we deserve this window, man. We deserve us going for this. And by the way, there was fans out there couple of years ago. Rants and bants, wherever the F you're called. I'll never forget that video that I saw regarding you saying that Liverpool don't have the clout no more. Yeah, we don't have it. We don't have the whatever words that you want to use. Yeah, mate, come talk to us. Come talk to us now, mate, because you're the one that I've got no clout, sat in 16th position, mate. We're the champions. We're going for the best players in the world, the best number 10 in the world. We're gonna get it's already at Anfield. We're gonna get by the best number 9, best number 9 in the world. If you ask me, Haaland might be a better finisher, but Alexander Isak is the best number 9 in the world, and we're going for him. Right? Next tweet. Right? Where's it gone? Let me, guys. You gotta put up the tweets today, guys, because I ain't got anything. I just went live. Understand that Alexander Isak remains a target for Liverpool even after signing Ekatike, but depends on Newcastle. Of course, it's going to depend on Newcastle. He's putting his transfer request. It's coming. It is coming. Yes, Gaz. Gaz is in the building. Big up, Gaz. Newcastle fan. Watches all of our shows. To be fair, he's a level-headed Newcastle fan. So big up to you, Gaz. Hassan's message, I think he's put one up. Liverpool now on standby to make a record bid. Liverpool are now front runners should Newcastle's resolve now be weakened by the new developments. This is how it was always going to play out, guys. This is how it was always going to play out. I've always been, like I mentioned, I was confident. I was really confident because Liverpool were never going to make it open regarding in terms of we want Alexander Isak for around 120 million pounds. Not one Liverpool journalist shut down this Alexander Isak move. We saw James Pearce, shut down the move for Rodrigo yesterday, but not one Liverpool journalist shut it down because we knew, number one, we'd already spoken to his representatives. Isak had given us, real encouragement regarding wanting to join Liverpool this summer. Otherwise, we would have left it and moved on. That's how Liverpool are. We're not there to fight. If a player wants us, we're ready to go all in. Isak had given us his preference in joining us, and now we will make a move. We're at that stage now where the next move is we go into Newcastle and say, right, here's 120, here's 130 million. This is what we want the player. Now let him come to us. Lewis Steele, another one from Fabrizio Romano. Isak not in contract talks with Al Hilal so far. I would be absolutely flabbergasted if Newcastle signed, if Alexander Isak signed for Al Hilal over Liverpool. It just doesn't make sense. Where the club that he wants to move to? Where the ones who have done the groundwork, and he will move to Liverpool Football Club. I'm pretty certain that he will be wearing the red of Liverpool come before the start of the season because it allows Newcastle to go and bring in their replacements. Gaz goes, I'll bring up Gaz's comment. Big up, Gene. I'm gutted, but I did tell you guys last night. Devastated. Look, we've been there, Gaz. We know how it feels. And I get where you're coming from, but I've always said, and Asim mentioned it before, this is your Coutinho moment where you pick up the door, but now what do you do? And it's, born and red. Somebody saying, Crook saying Al Hilal preparing a 130 million pound bid. Fair play, you can make a bid. If he wants to go for the money, guys, and I've mentioned this before, if Alexander Isak wants to go for the money, no issues. You can go for the money, go to Saudi, and that's what interests you, then fair play, good luck. But if you want to be a number 9, arguably one of the best sides in the world right now, one of the greatest sides in world football, Liverpool, and they've earmarked you as the number 1 target, you move to Liverpool. You definitely move to Liverpool. And I'm absolutely buzzing regarding this. But guys, first and foremost, let's rewind back. First thing in the morning, you hear that he's not on the plane, right? That, and then you get murmurs of he's got a minor, is a minor injury, even though from the scans there was no real injury that was reported. They couldn't, at the nothing showed in the scan. If it's a minor injury and it's Newcastle's first big tour of the Far East, you don't leave your star asset, your biggest draw in terms of whoever who plays for you, sat on the floor, sat at home. Nah, mate, you take him with you just for the sake of bringing, more fans in. All the new, well, whatever fans they have out there will probably want to see him, and you take him. For me, that was it. That was the moment. We're all in. We are all in, and we are gonna go and get Alexander Isak. And yes, look, Al Hilal are always going to come. They're part of PIF. They're gonna try to at least get as much money as possible out of Liverpool Football Club for this deal. So if Al Hilal bid 130 million, then look, I always said the deal was going to be 130 plus. So if you want maybe 120 plus 120 plus add-ons of 15, 20, that's where I believe the deal will get done. I don't think it gets done at around 120 million pounds all in. I don't. I think it'll be around 130, 140, 140 including add-ons. I think the deal gets done. But what a time to be alive! What a time to be a Liverpool fan! And Alexander Isak, there was them. There were them Newcastle fans. The 4-4-2 that they were going to play. They were coming. They wanted to go all out against Liverpool Football Club. Try to, number one, keep their prized asset, and number two, take our prized asset. Any of the year, it was a possibility. We've just won the Premier League. We're assembling an unbelievable side. I can't see Liverpool moving away. We've gone all in. I'm gonna some more breaking news. If you guys, people are mentioning some bombers from Lewis Steele, guys, just put it up so I can share with you and go through the messages, go through the tweets, because I don't have access to them whilst I'm here. So I think now it's all about Liverpool. Yeah, and City goes put the big money on the table. That's where we're at. We have to show real ambition. You don't make a player like Alexander Isak go through what he's gone through and then move away for the sake of 10, 15 million. You go all in, and we are all in. And Lewis Steele goes, Isak has done his part. The ball in now is Liverpool's court. If Liverpool want the player, I think Liverpool get the player. And that's fair. And I've always said he's done his bit. This is what he had to do. He's done what we had to do. From his side, he's done everything. Now it's on us to go in and say, right, 120, here it is. 130, here it is. Even if it means 140, if it really means bringing this player in, you go and get that player in. You go and get that player in. You have to get that player in, because you've given your word to the player. He's one of the best strikers in the world. He's given you his word. He's got 3 years left on his contract, and he's done everything in his power to get the player in. So I've got to give him Alexander Isak credit. We have to now make the move from a Liverpool perspective. And yes, we were speaking about Nadir. Nadir goes, Isak scoring in game week 2. I'm there for it. We were talking about this yesterday. Imagine Alexander Isak in front of the Gallagher. 1-0 Liverpool, he scores. Oh, them fans, man. Them fans. Look, I genuinely I like Newcastle fans. I've always had a liking to them. I spent 8-9 months I lived in that city for 8-9 months. This is going back about 6-7 years ago. I love, it's a beautiful city. The people are amazing. And I've genuinely got a love for them. When you stay in a place, you have some sort of feelings, as Asim's word, for that place. So, but what, the way they've handled themselves over the last, few 2 weeks, I've not liked it, and they've really come for me, especially on Twitter. 4-4-2 business. They're gonna get this. Liverpool, who do they think they are? Where Newcastle, we don't have to pay for where all this, where that. Listen, what you have to understand is there's a food chain, and we're at the top of that food chain. Unfortunately, Newcastle, you guys ain't at the top of the food chain yet. You've done well. You've got some, really, rich owners. You've got a good stadium, good fan base, but you're not at the top table. So when the teams come in, the top table teams come in for your type of player, your players, there are going to be times where you're going to have to let go. we had to let go of players when we weren't there. Coutinho, Suarez, Alonso, Mascherano, these players left because they wanted Barcelona's, the Real Madrid's, because we were not at the top table. We lost Trent because he wanted to have a change of career and go and test himself in a new culture, all that type of stuff. Fair play. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles. We now have come in for your player. We want the player, and I'm very confident that we will get our player. We've got some Arsenal fans in there thinking they're gonna get him. Arsenal Pulijao. You're not at that level, mate. Meaning you're not gonna go. You've just signed Victor Gyökeres. If we've gone in all out for Alexander Isak, he's coming to us. I would be shell shocked if he goes anywhere else. He will come to Liverpool Football Club. Guys, there's over 500 of you in here. Smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And big up G Sings, become a member of our YouTube channel. Big up Sing G. Respect to you. I was going to say, send a message to BNR or Asim on Twitter. They will then add you to the BNR Ultras WhatsApp group. So yeah, join us on there. All loads of content on there, and that group honestly is a mad one. But you know what? It's an unbelievable group. I love it. I love talking on there, and so many people on there. They've got unbelievable views. You'll enjoy it. And a super chat from Farouk. He goes, "Salam, Gene Bomber. We are making moves like champions. Watch the rivals talk now. Bring it. Look, when you're champions, you have to move. You have to move where I thought previously when we were at the top of English football or European football, we had to go in hard and we didn't. We slightly stagnated. We didn't take that team to the next level where I felt we were a player short. Maybe we could have done a bit more business. Right now, we're at the top of English football. I believe we're one of the best sides in Europe. So what do? You strike. That's what Ferguson used to do. Strike hard. Strike while the iron's hot and go and bring in a few players which are going to enhance this team, freshen up this team. And that's what Arne Slot and this board have done. They've not just freshened this squad. We've made sure we've got two, if not one world-class player in that position. We've made sure we've got two unbelievable players in each position so they can battle it out and make sure that we're going all in, full throttle for every single trophy. And to win every single trophy and be in for every single trophy, you got to have a squad that's good enough to challenge. And I genuinely believe that there is assembling an unbelievable generational team. And with Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz, you're talking two unbelievable talents. Never did any of us think that Liverpool would be doing this type of madness. This transfer window. Look, we knew we were going to buy. We thought, okay, 100. We thought Isak, a left back, right back, maybe a winger if Diaz leaves. But to bring in Ekitike, then to go and bring in, with Wirtz through the door, Ekitike, and I'm hoping, and we all are confident now, and Alexander Isak with Frimpong, with Kirkes, and then hopefully a Mark Gay. Literally, that is a generational window. That is an 11 out of 10 window. No window will come close to this window. I've never seen it in when I talk about transfer windows in world football, you look at Barca, you look at Real Madrid when the year they signed Benzema, Kaká, Ronaldo. You think, okay, that was arguably, and they signed, I think, one or two. Alonso was in that window. I think, that's probably in terms of buying, that's probably one of the best windows I've ever seen. This is up there. It's definitely the best window I've ever seen from an English club. Without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think any team has done business like this like this, because this is unprecedented where Liverpool have gone all out. Chelsea might have bought a lot of players. I think a year or two ago where they spent £1 billion on 60, 70 million pound players. But to go in and bring players of the ilk of Isak and then Wirtz and then Kirkes, best left back in the country last season without a shadow of a doubt. Then you bought in Frimpong, who had a release clause in his contract, and then probably one of the best young strikers coming through in Ekitike. It's massive. Another exclusive, I don't know who this is from. Alexander Isak still gives his priority to Liverpool FC despite Hugo Ekitike signing. The Swedish has made it clear during direct talks with Al Hilal. Look, I've always said, sorry, Sacha said that. I've always said we were always going to be his number one target. Always going to be his number one target. A best striker in world football at the age of 25 doesn't leave Newcastle to go to Al Hilal. With respect, he joins, and especially when there's a team like Liverpool involved, he comes to Liverpool. Yasser goes, Al Hilal can take Nunes. Look, Al Hilal, we've got a striker, a brilliant striker who we think will do unbelievably well at in the Saudi league. His name is Darwin Nunes. Go and get him. He's a brilliant striker, mate. 70 million quid. Take the striker. He'll do unbelievably well, and He'll score a lot of goals in that league. Might have not worked out for him at Liverpool, but he'll do well in in the Saudi league. But guys, honestly, like, obviously, guys that were watching the shows, especially over the last few days, we try and give you a lot of content, especially over the last 3-4 weeks. We've promised ourselves, we want to take this channel to the next level. We promised ourselves to give you content, and we couldn't have done it without you. And what a window to choose to go all out in. What a window to choose. Probably the greatest window that we've chosen in Liverpool history, to like say, okay, we're gonna go all out. And Kaiser Soze, big up, man. Respect to you. Best channel on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Yes, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. That's all we ask for. We don't ask for any more. All we ask for is for you guys to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're feeling generous, only then do you become a member. We try our best. The channel is moving forward. Honestly, there's a lot happening behind the scenes regarding the channel. Like, I can't tell you. Asim will let the news out. I think at some point today, and you'll see the news. You'll see what's coming your way. So definitely like and subscribe to the channel, and let all your friends and family know who are Liverpool fans to subscribe, watchers, and trying. Let's get to this 20k. We set a high target. Let's try and get this target before the transfer window shuts. But let's ask. We can bid. Look, a couple of days ago, I mentioned that Liverpool will make a bid in the next 3 or 4 days. I genuinely believe that because I thought Luis Diaz was going to leave the football club. I think the minute Luis Diaz leaves, Liverpool going hard. Leaves meaning there's an agreement in place with Bayern Munich. And I think we will go in hard for Alexander Isak. I had a feeling that it wasn't going to be a Rodrigo that the bid will be made for. It will be made for Alexander Isak with that money. And it feels like that's what's going to happen, because it's slightly cooled regarding Rodrigo, and obviously it's all out. So I think maybe in the next a few days from now, a bid for Liverpool will a bid that's made public will definitely go in. Hassan goes, Gene, was it always Liverpool's plan to get in Ekitike in and then go for Isak? Isak was always number one priority, but we've followed and monitored Hugo Ekitike for a while now. And he, the data nerds, they will have seen him and thought, okay, this player is on the market. It makes sense. Let's go for him. And Alexander Isak, if it's possible. When Newcastle made their move for Alexander Isak, that opened the door, because I think at first, with Ekitike, we had him boxed. We really had him boxed. We were going to let this go out, let this news probably play along until August, and we were going to make a play for Alexander Isak. But I think when Newcastle went for Isak, we thought, F that, we need to go for it. Bring in the player now. And obviously with the unfortunate news with Jota, I believe Liverpool's transfer window regarding the forwards has been bought slightly forward from next year's budget, and we've brought it in earlier. So if two of them come available, we go in hard and bring both of them in. And I think that's exactly what's happened. Guys, anything else? Now they smash the likes button. Exclusive show for Isak. Consistency is crazy. Look, we are trying. We are doing our very, very best. There will be. I think I'm sure Asim ain't gonna wait till 10:30 tonight to go again. Probably maybe a show around 6 o'clock tonight when he finishes work. I'm sure he won't want to wait for too long. He'll definitely do a show like this. Like the stream, guys. Kurt goes, big up to everyone in the chat. Super chats, right? Let me bring the super. I've done Farouk's. Teddy, big up Teddy. Gene, when can we get the the go on BNR in there. Look, I know Asim talks to him quite regularly. He knows him pretty well. I don't know him, but Asim does. Um, whether he will come on, unlikely. Where I think he will show his face because Indy's that type of guy. The mystery. He's a man of mystery. So I don't think he'll show his face. He'll Asim might try, and if he's willing to come on, he will try you. BNR's open to everybody. We bring anybody and everybody on, and if Indy's feeling it, then why not? I'm sure Asim will reach out to him at some point. Big up Mohammad Kibriya. Respect to you, mate. Top lad. Like, share, and Isak. Big up, man. Definitely like, share, and Isak it is right now. Guys, come on, smash that like button. I don't even know what we're on. If you don't smash the like button today, I don't know when you are going to smash the like button because this is a monumental moment in this deal. There's not 500 of you in here, 192 likes. Come on, let's get it up to at least 300. So those of you who haven't smashed the like button, smash that like button. Liverpool, Avengers assemble. It feels like that, doesn't it? P. Dex in the lab goes, and yes, it definitely feels like that. That we are assembling a team that's going to be good enough to go on every single front. And like when I look at the Premier League and I look at the other teams, look, Arsenal have got a good team. Everybody said they were a striker short. They've bought in that striker. They were probably a replacement for Saka short. They've bought that in. Zuba is a good signing. Mosquera is a good signing. So look, they will be there. There's no doubt that Arsenal are going to challenge. Man City is Pep Guardiola. You can never ever discount Pep Guardiola. That's just the way it is. Man City, you can never discount. Although they have lost one of their key players in Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri comes back, and Rodri is probably the best midfielder in the world in his position, without a shadow of a doubt, if you ask me. And I know he's coming back off an injury. We'll have to see how that plays out with his injury, and they will be thereabouts. And then there's Liverpool. But when I look at this Liverpool team in terms of who we bought in, the left back improves us massively. The striker improves us massively. Gay gives us that insurance he's better than Quansah. Then you bring in Florian Wirtz, the ultimate creator. Yes, we might have lost Trent's creativity, but we've bought in the ultimate creator. And that, when I see the players that have come in, the only thing that I can think of is Liverpool are all in, and I'm very confident that Liverpool will win the title. It doesn't matter who they sign now. If we sign Alexander Isak, it doesn't matter what they sign because we've signed the best players on the market. Florian Wirtz and Alexander Isak are the two best players on the market this summer, and if they're both at Liverpool, game on, mate. Game on. Jay, big up Jay. Team called it a summer of madness. I'm not always right, but I'm not right, but I called it a summer of madness because I just felt like it was going to be a summer of madness. I'm not one. I've never been an ITK type of guy. I'm not one to say, oh, I know this, I know that. Whatever I get told, I'll tell you, mate. I'm not. Don't play no games. Listen, if somebody tells me something, I'll give it to you straight away. That's not me. That's just the way I am. Forget it, man. If I hear anything, end of the day, it's only football. We're here to tell people whatever we hear, whatever we know. And if I'm wrong, we're wrong. If I'm right, we're right. Don't really care. Nah, bro, I had no exclusive. Look, you have to give credit to the people that get the exclusives. If they and the people out there that get them, big up to them. If people have mentioned, those people who've mentioned Isa, look, I'm not here to big Asim up or anything. I genuinely, not. I give Avi and Asim shit, a lot of shit. I give Avi his flowers when he needs to give support. Asim gets a lot right. He might get a couple of things wrong here and there. I know he said that Darwin starts once and he got a load of abuse for it, but honestly, he gets a lot right. And Indy's been brilliant this summer. You have to give credit where credit's due. And there's other people out there, and I genuinely don't have an issue with people giving out news. I just don't like people who lie. That's not for me. I don't like liars. And if it's genuine news, then fair play. I have no issues with that. But guys, I've done a quick half an hour. Asim will be going. I'm pretty sure we'll be going at 6 o'clock. If you haven't liked and subscribed today, get your heads checked. And if you're feeling generous, become a BNR Ultra, because that's where it all pops off. That's where so many people, the news happens. It's all made in there. Trust me, it's all made in there. But guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I will definitely be seeing you tonight at 10:30. Do join us for the shows later in the day. Big up to everyone. It feels like it's an Alexander Isak day today. Take care, and I'll see you soon.